On the way to the ring, from Florida, the Giant. On the way to the ring, from Cameron, North Carolina, weighing in at 225 pounds, Jeff Hardy.
A big New England welcome from Portland, Maine. This is good old JR, Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
I've never seen a crowd so fired up, JR. They can't wait to get started, and neither can I.
That makes two of us, King. I don't think Portland's going to know what hit it after tonight. Look at him feeding off the energy from this capacity crowd. He's unstoppable.
You can't ever count on these fans, JR. They're fickle, and they'll abandon you in a heartbeat. Watch out! He reversed it!
Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious. Oh, sure. Now the fans start to cheer for him. Now that he's in the driver's seat.
Come on, King. He's had the crowd behind him all match, and now it's paying off.
His opponent telegraphed that one.
I've had many opportunities to see Carlito up close and in person, and I have to tell you, I'm impressed with what this kid brings to the table.
What's that exactly? A bunch of half-chewed apples? What's so cool about that?
I tell you what's cool, King, and that's the charisma and athletic ability of this second-generation superstar.
Sorry, JR, but I just don't see it. Maybe they'll get it right with the third generation.
That went nowhere.
Over the top rope and down to the floor. That's an elimination.
He's got the...
That's it. He's out of the ring, and that means he's out of the match, too. I think these superstars are getting some feedback from the crowd, JR.
Nothing wrong with that, King. He's all fired up now, King, and I'd hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now. What does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way, and I think it's going to pay off, mark my words. I'm sure I'm not the only one in this arena who hopes to see the masterpiece learn a lesson in respect here tonight.
Hey, watch your mouth. This man is a living work of art.
Well, then maybe someone should hang him on a wall in the museum. He's not going to get caught with that one. Look at the confidence radiating off this superstar.
All I see is an overconfident superstar who's throwing away the match by not following up. He saw that one coming. He reversed it. Oh, no. I don't like the looks of this.
He's got the fans behind him, King, and his opponent had better watch out.
Talk about adding insult to injury. Tossed out of the ring and the match.
He's been removed from the ring and from contention in this match. And there's the elimination. These fans love confidence in their superstar, and that's just what they're seeing from him here tonight.
Well, he can do this until the cows come home. That's not going to win him the match.
Oh boy, the adrenaline is pumping. I think this could be the beginning of the end.
No, it can't end like this. Come on, do something quick.
Take it from me. Roddy Piper is a complex individual, to be sure.
That's how you describe Piper, JR? Complex?
I suppose you could say that's a charitable way to put it, King.
That's putting it mildly. Piper's nuttier than a box of peanut brittle. Uh-oh. Come on. You got to stop this guy before he really gets going.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped now.
Ain't no stopping me, no!
Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths are going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too. It almost up and over and out. Eliminated.
I cannot express how much admiration I have for Matt Hardy's never. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, King? Looks like turnabout is fair play.
I was sorry to see Gregory Helms leave Raw.
This capacity crowd is solidly behind their superstar. Look at this.
Wow. Could you be any more?
Up the turnbuckle he goes. I hope he knows what he's doing.
Oh, no. This is terrible. You can't let your opponent build this kind of momentum.
Well, all I can say is someone's been eating their vitamins and saying their prayers. This CM Punk might be young, but he's got more raw talent than superstars twice his age.
How many 20-year-old superstars do we have on the roster? Exactly. Oh, my gosh. He's been eliminated from the match. You can look at any professional sport you want, JR, and you won't find more incredible athletes than the WWE superstars.
You're not wrong, King. They compete every week until they are physically incapable of continuing. There's no off-season in the WWE.
We're not talking about running a ball down a field or slapping a puck into a net. This is serious physical competition.
It sure is. The toughest athletes in the world are on the WWE roster, and that's a fact. He countered that and made it look easy.
Man, I see nothing but bright things in Kenny Dykman's future.
Kenny's a gifted young superstar, that's for sure. But I'd sure like to see a little more respect for the rules.
Listen, when you're just starting out the way Kenny is, you take every advantage you can, whether it's on the up and up or not.
I just think this kid's got so much potential that he shouldn't need to fall back on cheating to advance his career. He's a slippery devil. This match has come to an abrupt end for that superstar. Look at this. Look at this. You talk about a house of fire, you're seeing it right here.
Yeah? Well, I think he's got some big plans, JR. Look at this.
He sure is. And boy, he came through big time with that twist of
I
fate.
love to fight.
Finley hails from the eye.
Wow. He wasn't too gentle about throwing him out.
A textbook reversal there.
He countered that one perfectly. I think Matt Hardy should change his slogan from "I will not die" to "I cannot win."
King, what do you say? He just got tossed out rather unceremoniously, in my opinion. I tell you, King, I've got no earthly idea how these superstars can maintain this intensity week after week after week.
It's not easy, JR. There's no off-season. It's not like you've got 6 months to recover after WrestleMania.
That's for damn sure. And that's why I don't... Is that... Yes, that's an elimination. Excellent counter. What ring presence.
There's the reversal.
That's one fewer superstar in this match. Look at Shawn Michaels. The future Hall of Famer has overcome so much adversity in his career. But the Heartbreak Kid's got more heart than anyone I've ever seen in this business.
You know, JR, HBK might be a living legend and all, but I wish he'd just keep his mouth shut and let his actions in the ring speak for him. He's never met a microphone he didn't like.
Michaels has impressed me more times than I can count, King. Even you have to admit that he's done a lot for this business.
Yeah, and the business has done a lot for him. Michaels tries to come off as a goody two-shoes, but when it comes right down to it, he's as much of an egotist as anyone else in the business.
Oh, come on down. How about a little more wrestling and a little less postural?
It's called adding insult to injury, JR, and I think it's great.
And it's been reversed. A reversal. Can he capitalize on it? You know, King, CM Punk certainly has his fair share of fans, particularly female persuasion.
He's not the only one. Just last night, I was out on the town, and I had women hanging off me all evening.
I don't think it counts when you have to tip $1 per song.
What a counter! I don't think these superstars have any intention of taking it easy on each other tonight.
That's not what they signed up for, King. And quite frankly, I think these fans would be disappointed if they didn't go all out.
Well, that's easy for the fans to say. They've never set foot inside that ring.
No, but they spend their hard-earned dollars to watch what goes on inside it. And without them, we'd all be out of a job. That's it. The match is over for that particular superstar. He doesn't look too happy about it, but an elimination is an elimination.
I don't believe it! He's been eliminated! I don't think that these superstars have even contemplated the fact that they might lose.
I'm sure they have. That's not the kind of attitude you come in with and expect to pick up the win.
You're right about that, JR. If you can't see yourself having your arm raised by the referee when it's over, don't bother showing up. Looks like someone's heading for the high red district.
You're not going to get him with that one. Kenny might be one of the youngest superstars on the roster, but he's already held tag team gold.
And mark my words, he's going to see a lot more championship gold before he's done. Oh, man, that's going to change the tone of this match, JR.
Yeah, and not for the better either. I wish the ref would actually pay attention to what's going on. And there's something for the crowd. The best superstars never ignore their fans.
The best superstars also finish off their opponents instead of giving them time to recover.
I don't think Johnny Nitro's winning over any fans here tonight.
Well, there's one less superstar in this match now. Yes, that was an incredible move. What strategy?
Strategy, my Oklahoma ass. That's cheating, plain and simple.
He took a ride over the top rope, down to the floor, and out of this match. It's like he read his opponent's mind. You believe
He might as well start walking back to the locker room. He's out of this match.
I think these superstars have a legitimate beef with each other, JR.
So do I, King. I'm not so sure their issues with each other are going to be solved with one match.
I hope not. I love it. Looks like his hopes of winning this one have been shattered, JR. The power of the alpha male is just plain scary.
No doubt about it. You don't see many superstars with the ability to physically dominate their opponents the way Marcus Corvon can.
And he's not just strong, he's also quick. And that makes him even more dangerous.
The alpha male is an incredibly well-rounded superstar. And that makes it hard for his opponents to find a weak spot to exploit. There he goes! He's out of the match!
And if I had to put money on this match, JR, I'd say that Matt Hardy was headed for another beating.
How can you say that, King? Matt Hardy's a phenomenal superstar who's accomplished a great deal.
Oh boy, these top rope moves can go either way. After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
That's for damn sure, King. The WWE superstars are trained professionals.
And even they don't walk away from every match in the best shape.
They sure don't. We've seen more than one superstar taken out here on a stretcher.
There's two things I like about Elijah Wood. The first is his talent for talking trash.
I can't argue with that. Although I don't...
This is a mistake, JR. Everyone knows that overconfidence costs superstars matches.
That might be true, King, but all I see is a very confident superstar who's got everything going his way. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been shed in that very ring.
And I think there's going to be a lot more shed here tonight.
No doubt about that, King. These superstars are going to leave it all in the ring. You can count on that.
These superstars are beating the heck out of each other, and this crowd can't get enough of it.
It's what they paid to see, King, and they're getting their money's worth tonight.
They sure are, JR. There's no question these superstars are earning their paychecks. I'm not sure I agree with what the crowd is chanting, JR, but I guess it's their right.
You're damn right it is. It comes with the price of admission.
He turned the tables on his opponent with that one. He's climbing the turnbuckle. What's he up to?
What a reversal. Did you see that? Ring the damn bell. You can't let somebody get away with that.
I don't think the ref saw it, JR. And if the ref doesn't see it, it's not illegal. I can't believe he countered that one. Randy Orton is a genius, JR. As soon as he got what he needed from Triple H and Ric Flair, he turned on him and struck out on his own.
I think you've got a selective memory there, Kingfish. I seem to remember Triple H and Ric Flair turning on Orton and knocking some of the cockiness out of him when they did it.
Well, if that's true, it's just a matter of jealousy. And I think that's pretty sad, coming from two men who have more than 25 world title reigns between them.
The game and Flair are no strangers to championship gold, but Orton won it younger than either one of them. And don't think he didn't let it go straight to his head either.
You always see the worst in people, JR.
Would you look at that? A blatantly illegal maneuver. That should be a disqualification.
You might be right, JR, but I don't hear the...
Oh, man, I think we're about to see a high-risk move here. It doesn't appear that Edge is getting much love from this crowd tonight, and who can blame them? They're certainly not getting much from Edge.
That's not true, JR. I'm sure this arena is just full of Edge heads tonight. You might not hear them cheering, but that's probably because they're in awe of the fact that they're watching their favorite superstar.
Or maybe it's because the Edge heads turned on Edge right about the same time he turned on them, King. I think they do a pretty good job of making themselves heard, but with those boos instead of cheers now.
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that that would be no easy feat. You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all the people some of the time, but there's no fooling the WWE fans at all.
All's fair in love and war, JR, and I love it when this guy goes to war.
Whoever said that cheaters never prosper certainly never saw this man in action.
Everyone says they can't take their eyes off of Chavo, JR, and neither can I.
That's good advice. You never know when he might try to hit you from behind. Man, how smash mouth is Marcus Corbin?
He's the alpha male. He's the top of the food chain, and they don't get any bigger or badder than him.
You're going down, down, down. Just come and smooth. Watch me
Here's your winner,
laying down perfect.
Marcus